Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video it is the draft analysis for my team, the Scarlet Scissors. And I know it's been a while since I've posted, so welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you like the video and subscribe. We'll be posting draft content. I think they come out every week or so for this division. So it has been over a year since I posted, which was the Zelda video, no commentary, and about 2 years since I have talked. So I've changed and my voice has changed and the videos are changing too. So in this video, it is a draft analysis for the UNPL Yuva Naranja Premier League. If you don't know what a draft league is, it is a league of Pokemon, competitive Pokemon, where you get a certain amount of points. We get 115 in this league, and every single mon costs a different amount of points, and big range from the better mons will be more points, of course. The worst mons will be worse points, of course. And this league will have Terra captains. If you don't know what a Terra is, it is Pokemon's new gimmick where you can change your type only once per battle on any mon, and you choose that typing. So for this league, Terra captains will only be 6 points and below, and there will also be no evasion, which is in most leagues, and no accuracy drops, which is in most teams. But without further ado, let's go and check out my team. My team is the Scarlet Scissors. I made this logo myself. The scissor outline on the Terra Steel logo. Didn't take much time to make it, and I'm not that good at making logos, so spare me in the comments if you guys do. But let's go and see my first draft round 1 pick. Gouging Fire. He was 18 points, which after this pick left me with 97 points. He is the not new, but I'd say early this year he came out. He was the Gen 9 Paradox Mon of Entei, and he was released on Scarlet. His ability is Photosynthesis, so he is on Scarlet, I believe. You can get him on Violet as well, but it's just the Scarlet Mon. He is Fire and Dragon typing, which is an insane typing if you ask me, because most Dragon types, Fairy and Ice types, they go crazy on them. But he's neutral to both types because Fire resists Ice and Fairy. So he's only weak to Ground, Rock, and other Dragon types. The notable items on this thing are Booster Energy, which will boost any of my highest stat, which will either be attack or defense depending on my EVs and my nature. However, I want to run this thing because this thing has insane stats. We look over here: 105 HP, 115 attack, 121 defense. The special attack won't really get used, so it's only 65, 93 special defense, and 91 speed. Also run Choice Band, which is 1.5 times to my attack stat, so that thing can be an insane wall breaker. And he also can run Boots, so no hazards will hit him. Those rocks will hurt, which is 25%. Gouging Fire is a good wall breaker with incredible typing. He also has some steel coverage like Iron Head to deal with any fairy types that will try to switch onto this thing. And he does also get a signature move called Burning Bulwark. Burning Bulwark is protect, but it only gets protected by damaging moves, which you're like, why don't just run Protect at that point? But Burning Bulwark burns whoever gets hit by it. So if you Earthquake this thing, burned. Just straight up burned. You can't hit me, just burned. But if you do get Thunder Wave, Spore, Hazard set up on you, that thing will go through the Burning Bulwark, and it's kind of unfortunate. Anyways, this thing is an insane one and amazing stats. Had to pick it up when it was my round 1. Next, my round 2 is the Gen 6 starter, Greninja. Greninja is an amazing mon who was also 18 points, which left me at 79 points. Gets 2 insane abilities, which is, I believe it's the only starter to get 3 abilities. Torrent and its other 2, which is Protean, which turns any typing or any move that you click into stab, which will only be the first move you click of that turn. So if you click Poison type move, you will turn into that Poison type and get that stab. And then Battle Bond, which will increase your attack, special attack, and speed stat after you get a kill, which is basically a better version of Moxie, but I'm pretty sure it only works for the first kill. But realistically, it's Greninja. It will only need to work for the first kill. With that 103 special attack and that 122 speed, you will outspeed everything on the field. Not a Regieleki, unfortunately, but you will outspeed everything on the field and go crazy with that 103 special attack. This thing can run Focus Sash to live on that 1 HP because it is quite frail, but it has amazing speed control and has really good versatility. You can also run Choice Specs or Life Orb if you want to go for a damage set, but this thing also has versatility with Toxic Spikes, and I believe it also gets Spikes, so it can run if you want to be more defensive with your Protean, I guess you could say. You can go Toxic Spikes as well. It is an amazing revenge killer, and it also is a slight mixed attacker with that 95 attack just hiding there. So any physical moves you want to try and run on this thing, it won't be a bad option either. Okay, let's go to my round 3 pick. 62 points, Terapagos, who has a really unique ability called Terra Shift. You see the stats in the bottom right? Those insane stats? This mon doesn't get them. This baby little creature doesn't get them. But when you send him onto the field, Terra Shift activates and he turns into a big beast and gets those insane Terra Shifted stats. 95 HP, 95 attack, 110 defense, 105 special attack, 110 special defense, and 85 speed. Now you'll be wondering, well, what happens to his ability when he gets on the field? It turns into another insane ability called Terra Shell. Terra Shell will make you resist the first move that you get hit by, as long as I'm pretty sure you have to be full HP, and if you get hit by it, it'll resist. This thing is an insane wall. He gets leftovers, you can give him leftovers as well, make him incredibly bulky. He is unfortunately pure normal, so he doesn't resist anything, not super effective on anything, but does only have one weakness and is immune to one thing. This mon also gets a signature move called Terra Stellar Storm, which is a base 120 normal type attack, special attack with 0 drawbacks. And it also has amazing special coverage. I believe it gets Dark Pulse, so crazy on those ghost types that you can't hit. This was an insane mon, not only 17 points, it was 17 points, which left me with 62 points. Let's go to my round 4 pick. My round 4 pick is Zapdos, that gets pressure and static. He was 16 points, left me on 46. This thing is an insane mon, Gen 1 legendary bird. Electric flying is a pretty good type if you ask me. The electric type is no longer immune to ground types, so not immune. Yeah, immune. I'm right. So no longer super effective on him. Has an amazing special attack. Can run Scarf, Specs, Life Orb, Boots on him. So those rocks don't hit. And it can play support with the fog because it also has that good bulk with 90 special defense, 85 defense, and that 90 HP is extremely important for bulk on this thing. It can also play pretty good offensively with the Specs, Scarf, like I said. Life Orb has really good special attack and has amazing pivot moves like Volt Switch and U-Turn. It's just good enough to play bulky. It's an amazing mon. My next pick was Glamora. You look at this thing's typing and you're like, hold on, this thing can't be that good. But look at those stats. You cannot resist the 13 points on this thing. Pop this thing with an air balloon, no earthquakes are hitting it. Give this thing a power herb. You could go crazy with Meteor Beam with that 130 special attack. Goes absolutely insane. I know I needed to pick this thing up because I had Toxic Debris. I wanted to play a Hazards team. I needed Hazards. I wanted to get good chip in with this thing. You can also give it Sash to get 2 spikes up as well. It just goes insane. You can also get spikes, so if it lives long enough to get 5 turns in, you can go crazy with Meteor Beam, set up some spikes as well. You live to get Toxic Debris up. It's an amazing mon, and I love this thing. Next pick, round 6. Tinglu was surprisingly, it was still on the board because look at those stats. You cannot deny this thing. It has 155 HP and 125 defense, and it can also hit really well with 110 attack. This thing is a beast. Look at that special defense. You're like 80 is not that good, but it does get Beads of Ruin, which lowers the special attack of everyone on the field by 1 stage, I believe it is. So no, that 80 special defense is more like 120, I want to say. No, 120, maybe 110, 100, somewhere in that range. It doesn't have the best typing, but there are no quad weaknesses, luckily for this thing. So this thing can also go crazy with hits, walls, leftovers, red card, boots, whatever it can, whatever you want, it will go insane. Round 7, we went for Tinkaton. This thing is not that much of a heavy hitter, but it does get really good utility, and Fairy Steel can make this thing live a few hits because of that amazing best of the game typing. Give it leftovers and it can live even more. Air Balloon, only weak to fire. This thing gets insane utility like Knockoff, Encore, Thunder Wave, Stealth Rocks. Has really good special defense and is pretty fast. Can outspeed most things. As you can see, as with the trend on my team, most of my mods are extremely fast, except for that Tinglu. Thing is an amazing wall. Still needed it. 94 speed is good enough for me though. And it also gets a signature move called Gigaton Hammer. Gigaton Hammer is base 160, I'm pretty sure, steel type move. So that 75 attack doesn't really matter without base 160 move. It can still hit some things hard with Gigaton Hammer. He was 9 points, leaving me with 9 points for my next 3 picks. Next one, round 8. It is Diplin, and you can see he was only 3 points. And if you recall from the beginning of the video, he was 6 points and under. You can be a Terror Captain. And you see those 3 types at the top. He's not Steel, Fairy, or Poison. He is Grass Dragon. So my Terror types for this mon is Steel, which is an insane pick on this mon. Quad weak to Ice, Steel resists that. Weak to Poison, Steel is immune to that. Weak to Fairy, Steel resists that. It is absolutely insane with this typing, or with the Terra type that I chose for this thing. It also decided to give it Fairy and Poison. Fairy so it can not live and be immune to those dragon type hits, and then Poison's just there. Just there for fun for those Terra blasts, because this thing is not that offensively strong, but it does get an evolution. So I pop this thing with an Eviolite, 120 speed F, and then what is it like? Probably gets 150 defense. So it can definitely live maybe like an Icicle Crash. Definitely live an Icicle Crash, maybe 2 if I get lucky. No crits, no high rolls. And it also gets Sticky Hold, so you try to knock off that Eviolite. That thing is staying on. Promise you that. Let's go to my round 9 pick, who is my second last mon here. So there's a funny story to this pick. So I wanted Miss Magius, which is this thing's evolution, which is just this mon but better, pretty much. That's it. It was double its points. It would have been my last mon, which would have been perfectly fine with me. I could have terrored it as well, because it's basically the same mon but better stats. But this mon costed 3 points. It was pure ghost. So I was like, I wanted Miss Magius. But unfortunately, in the same turn I wanted to go for Miss Magius, a couple people before me in my draft, they picked Miss Magius. I was like, damn. So I decided to go with this thing because it's basically the same line. I give it an Eviolite, same thing. It is Terra Steel, Fairy, and Electric, and Electric's there because Levitate. So nothing will hit me for super effective damage. And I am a special wall, so knockoffs will hurt a lot. But that's where Terra Fairy comes in, because this thing gets Draining Kiss. Stab Draining Kiss? Icing on the cake. Last mon, which was my last 3 points. Unfortunately, it did have to go to Tatsugiri, who is a Water Dragon type. Does get Storm Drain, and its Terra types are Steel, Fairy, and Water. Its most notable item is Boots, and this thing can go crazy. Not gonna lie, it's not that good of a mon, as it was only 3 points, and it is one of my Terra captains. But 82 speed is pretty decent at 120 special attack. This thing can go insane. I switch into, from Tinglu, water types fighting me, switch into this thing, Storm Drain, that 120 special attack, get a boost, and Draco Meters will go insane. Hydro Pumps will go insane. Surf, insane. Anything that stab will do a lot of damage for this thing. So 68 HP, 60 defense, and 95 special defense. This thing is pretty frail, as you can see, but it doesn't have the worst typing in the game, and it can definitely do some damage. But thank you guys for watching this video of my draft analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be here for my first battle, which I believe is getting posted next week, so stay in tune for that, and maybe I can get my first ever draft league win in my first ever draft league battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.